Hi everyone. Hello and happy Tuesday, everybody. I am here. I'm back with you. Today on Crazy Callan Vlogs, we are doing an Aldi haul, a very small one at that, for Thanksgiving. So I do want to share with you what I picked up and how much it cost me by the end of the trip. Also, I wanted to do a little chit chat with you after the Aldi haul is over and catch you guys up a little bit. I have some things going on. My husband updates. He is not feeling well right now. So at the end of the haul, if you want to stick around for a little chit chat, coffee with Callan time, I will be doing that at that point. And also just everyday craziness. That is why I call both of my channels at the title. Beginning is Crazy and Callan is in the word because my days are wild and crazy. So today we are just going to start off with the Aldi haul because I'm just excited to show you what I got and paid a very reasonable price for Thanksgiving. I feed 6 people throughout just Thanksgiving dinner. It's a very small, intimate Thanksgiving. Even Christmas is the same, so is Easter. So I feel like I spent even less this year at Aldi's than I have in years past, and I got more than just the Thanksgiving stuff. So I'm excited to let you know and show you right now. Here on this channel, this is my secondary channel. Let me mention that because I always try to just let everybody know at the beginning of the videos. I do have a main channel that is Crazy Days of Callan. That's the title of that one, where I haul from the Dollar Tree on Saturdays, Mondays, and Wednesdays. And over here is just like random pop-ins, saying hi to you guys, spending friendship time with people that I've made connections with, and also just hanging out, and so that you can see me in my everyday life and hauling things from outside of the Dollar Tree. So that's what we're going to do here today. My birdie's chatting in the back. He's right over here, my birdie named SpongeBob. So let's get into it. I'm going to start off with the best thing ever. So this Aldi haul came out to $81. And I was a little stunned with the receipt. So I was confused at first. And I went over the whole receipt just to see what happened. And I will let you guys know what happened. So I picked up this frozen bird from Butterball. This one right here is the premium all natural big old turkey. So this one is, I believe, let me see. This one is 16.88 pounds. This was $26.84. So that's what the bird was, and that is what we have for Thanksgiving. Even though I'm not a turkey lover, we've always traditionally continue to have turkey. So I got that one right there, and that we will eat for days on end, and I will be able to send everybody home with leftovers like my mom and dad and stuff like that. So $26 and some change. Remember that I said that. So I picked that up first and foremost. Then I got my green bean needs because I always do green bean casserole. It's just a traditional thing that's always been involved in Thanksgiving for us. So all of these green bean cans right here were 49 cents a piece. So they had reduced the price on these. This is Happy Harvest cut green beans. Picked and packed, it says. So just a great little can for 49 cents. Now I got 14 of those. Now I'll tell you why. I always get at least 6 of those cans to make a green bean casserole in a Pyrex dish. And I have to make multiple green bean casserole dishes in Pyrex dishes because Richie also has a Thanksgiving at work, and I contribute to that by making a green bean casserole. Plus, I grabbed 2 extra green beans, which totaled the 14 cans, and I got those because I'm making the green beans tonight on the side of supper. So 14 cans at 49 cents a piece. Then I went and picked up cream of mushroom soup right here from Chef's Cupboard. This is a 10.5 ounce can. They didn't have anything larger than that. I picked up 6 of these so that 3 can go with one of the casseroles, 3 can go to the one that he's bringing to work as well. And these were also 49 cents a piece. So 6 of those in total. Then these are the inexpensive French fried onions in the bag. This one is really decently priced. I believe that this was only about $1.49, and this has more than what the can does that I saw on the shelf for roughly about $3. Now, this is from Chef's Cupboard as well. This is French fried onions. This is original, made with real onions, no artificial flavors. So that's what I top it with on the green bean casserole after. And this is a 6-ounce bag. So it has the little, perforation right there that you can rip it off, and a Ziploc seal inside of it if you're not going to use all of the onions. So that's a nice big bag full of French fried onions. So that will make, and I got 2 of those packages. So now both green bean casserole Pyrex dishes are taken care of for Thanksgiving for home and for his work. Then I picked up 2 of this stuffing mix. This one is Chef's Cupboard stuffing mix chicken flavor. My Lanta, my darlings. I think I picked the wrong one. What would you say? Yes, I did. Well, I guess we're having chicken stuffing for the turkey because I'm not going to go back and get it. The stores have been bonkers, and this is just going to do just fine. I don't stuff the bird with the stuffing. I usually just have it on the side so anybody that wants the stuffing can have it, and they can do what they'd like with it on their plate. So I keep it separate anyhow. So this is what we're sticking with this year. Yes, it is. We'll have a little chicken flavoring and a little turkey. So this was just a little bit over $1 from this particular brand, and this is 6 ounces. And I did pick up 2 of these. So ta-da with that. I also, just for easy purposes, I don't be mad at me, but the Thanksgiving meal is really not my jam. My mom loves it. My dad loves it. Isaiah likes it. Cindy's, she has like her own traditions. They eat very differently on Thanksgiving. Her family is from El Salvador. They have a very cool, different types of style of food. He eats both places. So I'm not going to boil a big pot of potatoes and have to mash them and everything else like that, because these usually will get, cooked in a pan, and then they will rest there for a while before they end up having to get tossed, because not a lot of people can have potatoes or too much of them. So I just picked up 1 of these, and this is Chef's Cupboard mashed potatoes, roasted garlic, and it's made with 100% real Idaho potatoes, and this is a 4-ounce bag. So with 4.5 cups, 4.5 cups for serving, and all you really have to do is add milk, water, whatever you need to thicken this. 2 cups of boiling water, contents of the pouch, and then stir. That's what it says. So however you prefer to make it. And this was, I believe, 98 cents. So I only picked up 1 of those. Now, this one right here is the home style gravy from Chef's Cupboard as well, and this is the roasted turkey, and this is 12 ounces. So I will heat this up, soften it up a little bit so everybody can drizzle gravy over it. This is a glass container, just so that you know. Just I like to let people know, because I don't know who else could potentially be klutzy like me, because I break everything. So I like to put the glass stuff down right away. I am an olive girl. I will fill my plate with the vegetables and olives, and I will have a few slices of turkey, even though it's not my favorite. And I will, just enjoy a very small Thanksgiving meal, because I'll probably eat something later on in the evening, 9 times out of 10, as I have been for many years. Now, this is Tuscan Garden Spanish men's. I know how to say that word, but I'm not going to completely butcher it now. But these are olives with pimento stuffed, and it's 5.75 ounces. So I picked up 2 of these because I love olives. My mom loves olives, and that is about all that loves olives. I always do pick up cranberry sauce. By the way, the olives were $1.49 as well, and I picked up 2 of them. This is the Ocean Spray. I couldn't find anything that had like an Aldi's label on it, so I just scooped this up. This was $1.99. I did pick up 2 of these. This is Ocean Spray jellied cranberry sauce, and it's 14 ounces. So I'll just serve that in a cute little dish. Everybody can take the cranberry sauce that likes it and leave it behind for the ones that do not like it at all. So that is pretty much it. That's it for Thanksgiving. We do it very mild, very, very cool, calm, and collected. I cook. I do love the tradition of actually cooking all day long from like 3 o'clock in the morning. I've done it since I was little. My family did it with us when I was growing up. Everybody woke up at the crack of dawn to start the meal, and it makes the house smell amazing. I think that that is probably my favorite part, and what makes it feel the most holiday for me is my family being here and the smell that is in the house with all of us gathered together. And the Christmas parade on. Let's not forget the parade, because the Thanksgiving Day parade, I know I just said Christmas, is my favorite. So that too, that's a special time. Now let's keep going because there is more to this Aldi haul. But or again, remember, it was $81. I was confused with the price. I went over the list, and when that was rung out, they took $7, $6 and change that almost equaled $7 off of that turkey. That was $26 and change because it was a promotional deal. So I actually got that turkey for a couple of cents less than $20 for that huge bird. So I'm really so excited about that. I don't remember noticing any signs that specified that, but I love Aldi's. They are such a great grocery store, and I'm so happy we have one. Now, for tonight's dinner, okay? We have some things going on. Again, I will talk to you about that at the end if you want to stick around for coffee with Callan time. I do have to cook a nice, warm, hearty little dinner for us tonight when Richie comes home. I did get two of these packages as I normally do. This is the Kirkwood All Natural Fresh Ground Turkey. It's 85% lean, 15% fat, and this is $6.69, and it's a 2 pound. It's a 2 pound package. So I got two of them because I have been cooking up a storm. And usually when I cook for like 3, 4 nights if I can get that out of it, because I don't like to cook every day. I just don't. So I'm going to make some turkey burger later. And then I'm going to put taco seasoning packet over it for the seasoning. This is Casa Mamita 25% low sodium taco seasoning mix, and this was only a couple of cents. I think they're like 42 cents, I think it said. So I got 2 packages of those for all that turkey burger. I did get this big old, little bundle of onions for $2.49, and these are just the yellow onions, Green Valley onions. That's what I got, and there are a decent amount of them in there to cook with for quite a while, not just for tonight's meal, obviously. I then went ahead and picked up 2 cans of the Happy Harvest sweet corn cream style corn, picked and packed, and this is 14.75 ounces of corn that I will add to the turkey burger in a big old pot. And then I picked up 3 of these tomatoes that are diced tomatoes from Happy Harvest, and they're fire roasted. These are the ones that I love the most, the fire roasted, and it's 14.5 ounces. Now, what did I tell you? Oh, the cream corn was 49 cents also, and this was 49 cents. Everything seemed to be rolled back today to 49 cents. I don't know why, but that's what they were doing in the store as I was grocery shopping on my way back to the house. Okay, I went ahead and I picked up myself a nice snack. I absolutely love the raisins. This is Southern Grove, California raisins, and this is 1 pound of raisins in here. And this is $4.09. And I like the jar because I can just sprinkle out however many I want into like a little baggie and then take them with me and portion it out to what a good little snack is for myself. But this is a great big can of raisins, and I really love snacking on those a lot. I also picked these up. I've never discovered these before in the store. This is from Nature's Sweet Mini Cucumbers, the cool, refreshing snack. So there are a lot of mini cucumbers in here, and I will wash those up, cut them up, or even just eat them as is with a little Italian dressing. So that's refreshing and nice. And this was, I think that this was roughly around like the $3 price range. So I was very happy to see those and excited. I do always have to eat applesauce too every day, but also with my Thanksgiving meal because that's what I kind of dunk the turkey slices in. This is Simply Nature unsweetened applesauce, non-GMO, and this one is a big old one for 46 ounces and it's $3.09. So that's the applesauce that I normally always get. Now for dinner tonight, once I make that big pot of burger, veggies, and I simmer it all together, I picked up these Clancy Big Dippers tortilla chips. And Isaiah usually likes to scoop. I'll just eat that with a bowl and a spoon. But Isaiah usually likes to dip them, gather all of the contents of what is in the pot, and munch them with some Big Dipper chips. So this is tortilla chips. I can actually have these because they are gluten-free, so I will definitely have a couple. I think I can have 12, and that's like a decent amount for me. So I picked those up, and those were $2.09. Now, I did pick up some beverages because I love to have these things on hand just to take a break from the water once in a while. This is Bellevue Bold. There's 8 12 fluid ounce cans in here, and I picked up the pineapple and strawberry ones this week. So I'm happy to have those for $3.49. I did scoop these up too because I thought that this was fabulous that they had diet green tea citrus, and this one is from Tea Company Benner. Antioxidant vitamin C. There's 12 of them in here, and look at how large those bottles are, 12 ounces. This was only $4.49 for 12 ounce drinks. That is really phenomenal for only $4.49. Think about how many of us go out every day and we want to pick up like a little drink, while we're out and about. And they cost over $1 anyways, everywhere you could possibly pick up just like an individual size drink. There are 12 of those in there for only $4.49. I thought that was a really great deal, and I love that they are the diet. Now, last but not least, for that $81 price point at Aldi's, this is what I got for my laundry this week, and this is what I will use. This is the Tide Simply All-in-One. It's 22 loads, 31 fluid ounces, stains out, odors out, and fresh scent. So I picked this one up, and this was only $3.25 because they did roll the price back on that also. So that is what cost me $81. I was amazed. I literally was amazed. If you think about all the quantity that I told you about, I got 14 cans of green beans. I got 6 cans of cream of mushroom soup. I got multiple packages of each thing almost, and it only cost me $81 with the turkey, with tonight's dinner that will last me hopefully 3 to 4 nights once I make the big pot of it. We're still honestly working on a soup that I made the other day, and the soup cost me probably roughly about, I think once I figured it out, because I always like to figure out how my meal prep, cost me broken down between the days, but in total, I think I paid like $16 to make soup that has lasted us 3 days. We're going into our 4th day, and now I'll make this tonight that will last several days as well. So $81 for that Aldi haul. Now, I did pick this up at the beginning of the week. No, last week, but I did see that they still had them, and I didn't do a haul with it last week because it was only one thing, and I didn't have time to just make a video for one thing. But I found this in that special aisle that Aldi's has with all kinds of great merchandise. And this was only $19.99. And that is way cheaper than what I can find one for at any other place or online. This is Easy Home Cool Mist Large Room Humidifier. That's what got me, large room. So this can cover a decent amount of space for me. Adjustable humidity, visible cool mist, automatic shut off when tank is empty, suitable for rooms up to 324 square feet. 323 square feet. So I did pick this up and I need it for my breathing. Honestly, I've been waiting to get another one of these for a while because the ones that I found previously, when I found out all the allergies that I have, were well over 30. And that's a large room. The other ones weren't even large room. So 19.99. They have such cool stuff in that aisle. It always amazes me. So that is it. That is it, my little sweethearts. I love you guys so much. Thank you for sitting here with me. That was a lot longer of a haul than I even thought it was going to be. So sorry for the misinformation in the beginning, saying it was going to be a fast one, because it certainly was not. So now I'm going to stick around for that small little coffee with Callentine chat. I do want to let you know that my husband, Richie, which so many of us know because I talk about him so often on my main channel of Crazy Days of Callan, over here on Crazy Callan Vlogs. So many of you know him personally at this point that have become friends with us and are immersed in our lives in a personal way that we've met here on our journey through YouTube. And but he has not been feeling well, and even the simplest cold, as I've told you in videos past, knocks the wind right out of him. He is a type 1 diabetic, for those of you that don't know. This year will be his 8th year since being diagnosed as a type 1 diabetic. When they did find it, it was already at a dire point, and the prognosis did not look good. He has to be very diligent on kind of keeping himself in a bubble, keeping himself around, very small, tight-knit crowds, and just making sure he's as cautious as possible. He has little to no immune system. The simplest cold, which is what kind of contributed to this time around being in the ICU the last 2 days, is that he is back in diabetic ketoacidosis. He did have a cold. He felt like he was going to be able to kick it, and because it was simply he was sneezing a lot, but he did start doing the coughing stuff, and at that point we were like, okay, might need to head down to that emergency room, where every doctor that he's worked with since being diagnosed comes from. The ICU is always where he gets admitted to, because he is a very high level care patient that they don't even attempt to do anything else with him other than get him right into the ICU for very personal and one-on-one care. They have a very strict regimented way on how they treat him. It's a protocol that they put in place very early on, because when they did diagnose him initially almost 8 years ago, it was at the point where he was almost passing away, not knowing that he was a diabetic at all. So it's been a long journey these last almost 8 years. He does cycle every 3 to 4 months, where his body kind of just gives out on him. Sometimes it is perpetuated by having some type of thing that he's caught, a virus, a cold, what have you. Things that he can't help but pick up. He does go to work every single day. He works in a very small environment work-wise, where it's not a really large company where there's so many employees or anything like that. It's a very home-based, small community of people. And other than that, we're kind of just contained within ourselves. And when we go out in public and we are going to be around big crowds, we're always, he's always double masked and trying to be as cautious as possible. And we always make plans prior to make sure everybody is, well and not sick and what have you. I think this was just, changing of the weather, the allergies, the this, the that. His body takes things that are simple to us that have a decent immune system, and just, it's a tornado, it's a spiral into something that is sending him directly to the hospital. So he did wait a couple of days, because literally all he was doing was sneezing, laying on the couch, taking naps, and things like that. And he just thought, oh, this is a cold. I don't feel the pain that I normally feel. I don't feel the fatigue that I normally feel. He was resting just to try to kick it. And then once the coughing, wheezing, the weakness, started setting in, then he went and they put him right in the ICU, where we know all of them, like, we're like, hey, and they are always ready for him to come in. So he was at a more heightened level of the diabetic ketoacidosis than he has been the last two times that he's been admitted. So his gap in his levels was quite considerable. When he goes into diabetic ketoacidosis, your gap and your levels start to spread apart, and it is allowing your system to just be completely become acidic. Your organs start to slow down. You're struggling in every way possible. So they definitely had to do a little bit of a deeper dive with his treatment to try to get him out of the woods. And so, this one was a scarier position to be in. It wasn't like a quick turnaround like it was about 3 months ago. This was a little bit more, fearful. So, he is at this point today, he is feeling better. They are bringing him back to a stable range and he's feeling like more coherent because when he goes into this, he becomes very confused. He becomes very triggered by things, noises, sounds, too much overstimulating. His brain just literally can't compute it. It becomes very overwhelming for him. He feels very, very like the migraine kind of just throws off his eyesight, and you can tell like it's not going well, and we need to either call the ambulance or head right there, which thankfully I've always told you guys we live right in the city. And that brings up another point. Like, we eventually do want to sell this house. This house was supposed to be just a temporary situation until my son was older. He's 20 now. So I think we have a few more years, a few to 5 more years before he moves out on his own and starts his own life. No rush, whenever he's comfortable. He's very independent, does his own thing. He's very responsible, very respectful. He's just such a good boy. And, so once he's gone, we do always play with the idea of selling this and getting something much smaller. This is a 5 bedroom, 3 floors. It's a lot, and he honestly cannot do a lot outside of work hours. He gives himself to his work. He prides himself on being a provider. I could never. We talk about him cutting back, doing different things to try to sustain himself as best as he can, but in the other way, there's a part of him that will suffer emotionally because he is such a strong-minded person that gives himself to his work so that he can provide and contribute and be there for his family as the man of the household. And he has to come to the point where he feels that he can make that adjustment and possibly, stop working or whatever. We have our very open, honest discussions about it quite frequently as the years have gone on. And he's just not at that point yet where he's willing to give up on that aspect of his life because we're both 42 and he feels like he can, he still can do it. And he also feels like if he stops at some point, then he's ultimately in his mind giving up on himself. And he is definitely not in a position where he wants to allow that to happen because he wants to be around for his family for as long as possible. So I have to allow him the freedom to think his own thoughts, feel his own feelings, and I have to support him as his wife, and that is what I will always continue to do. And we are very like open communicators anyways. So he knows where I stand emotionally. It is not easy being a person that is healthy, in the big grand scheme of things. I have my things going on and stuff, but I'm a very healthy person in almost all other ways. I'm very physically fit, active. I take care of this house pretty much by myself. I do all kinds of things. Richie does when he is able to, does handyman work. My son helps us a great deal, being here with us. And even when he moves out, he'll always support us. He is such a great kid. And he's very open about, Mom, you need anything, you just have to let me know. So I I'm tired emotionally. It makes me tired physically being so emotionally tired all the time. And um I always support my husband. I respect him with everything I have, like inside of my soul. He's a wonderful, amazing person. I'm so thankful. I have gotten to spend 13 years with him. This past October 23rd was our 13th year together, and I just want so many more years with him. And whatever makes him happy is what I will always be there to support and love and contribute to in a healthy, happy way. Every day is precious. That is why there is, even on the tough days where I am completely spent, I always try to ground myself by being involved with things that lift me up. Being here with you guys, being involved in my crafts, being involved with my main channel, which is Crazy Days of Callan, and being over there and hauling from the Dollar Tree. And, I can't, me personally, I can't wrap my head around just spending every single day allowing myself to be in a mindset where I'm constantly waiting for something to, end what we have going on. I try to make it so that we are living our best life, even in the tough times. We're laughing, even when he's in there, he does sleep a lot because he gets extremely fatigued when he's in DKA. But when he's awake, we're laughing, we're joking, we're teasing each other and stuff like that. And we do cry. We do. I think I cried more yesterday and this morning than I've cried in like a year. So sometimes you need to let it out. Sometimes you need to just let yourself go to that breaking point. And it almost, for me, cleanses me to a point where I feel like I can take a deep breath. It's all out of me. I feel like, all right, now I can get back up and we can reset the reset button, and we're just going to charge forward, do the best we can, live all the moments. And today he's still in the ICU. He's feeling tired. I want him to sleep. So I either was going to cry again or I was going to go to Aldi. I was going to pick up the Thanksgiving meal, look forward to that day, look forward to him watching football. Once football was on, after the Thanksgiving Day parade was over, I've just consumed my mind with like that kind of stuff, and it does change, slowly. It does change your thought process, and I need and I crave like the positivity, because otherwise I wouldn't be any good to him and I wouldn't be any good to my family and for what all the things that we're responsible for. So I have my moments, and then I have to get back up and we have to march forward and do just what we need to do here in my household anyways. And so if I was to tell you guys anything, is just to like, I know everybody has stuff going on. I talk to so many people, so many of you guys. I talk to so many people just out and about because I'm a very personal, like I like to just connect with people and stuff. And everybody seems to have something they're battling, struggling with, hurting from, all this stuff. And, um, I just surround yourself with things that make you feel, like you have a safe space to be in for yourself so that you can help others around you, you can help yourself, and you can possibly pull yourself out of a mindset that could internally start to harm you. So, that's all I can come up with for myself at this point. If anybody else has some fancy dancy pointers, tips, I would love them. These days are bananas. They truly are. One minute I'm sobbing, crying, like completely out of sorts, and then the next minute I'm like picking out my turkey and excited I got, almost $7 off of it. Each moment it just like whips by me and I'm like, whoosh, that is a lot of emotions here, there, everywhere, in between, upside down, inside out. Like I feel like I'm on like the craziest roller coaster on the planet. So we're just doing the best we can. That's it. That's all I do every day, is just try to do the best we can, love, light, and happiness as much as possible. Take the moments as they come because I have no control. None of us have control, and we just have to, if you don't believe in God, that's your choice, your mindset, whatever you believe in yourself, your spirituality, whatever it is 100%. I don't judge nobody anywhere ever. You will never hear a judgment coming out of me. I don't think those thoughts. I don't nothing. But I do feel for myself personally, I believe in a higher power. I believe in God. And so I give my days to God every single day, even when I'm at a bad space and I'm feeling like, why are you doing this to me? How could this possibly be happening? Another obstacle to try to work through and to emotionally, be combative with. I can't take anymore. And then I will have my moment of saying, I'm sorry. And I love you and thank you for every blessing and every moment that you're giving me on top of this. And I know that everything in my thought process has a purpose, has a rhyme, a reason, a plan. And I have to wait to feel your guidance and know where I'm headed next to handle whatever it is that's coming my way. And that's how I do it. That's how I do it. And I immerse myself into my crafts, cleaning my house with the music blaring, my candles on, my tarts warmers have apple pie in them, and I drink my tea. Ta-da! I drink my tea and I hang out with you guys and my mom and my beautiful, beautiful husband and son and his girlfriend. And the world is beautiful. The world is beautiful. So you got to take the good with the bad is what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking anyways. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know, but that's how I'm getting through it. So I love you guys. I love you. And thank you so much for being here with me. That coffee with Callan chat was a little long and we're almost up to 37 minutes. So I'm going to get going so I can get this bird in the freezer and all this stuff put away. I hope you have the most wonderful day. And I can't wait to see you guys on Happy Wednesday Dollar Tree haul. Is it going to be Wednesday tomorrow? Wowzers. Happy Wednesday Dollar Tree haul tomorrow on my other channel. So I will see you guys there. I love you to the moon and the stars in the sky. Bye, everyone.